Welcome back, everyone, to a new survival vlog. Just looking at some recent pickups found in sporting goods and other things at Walmart. So just know all this survival stuff you see you can all find at Walmart for much more reasonable prices than pretty much any sporting goods store is gonna be. This is just stuff, of course, working on building up survival kit. And this is just some stuff if you want to be prepared or you plan on going camping, consider these really good recommendations or just ideas. So with that said, first up, some stuff. Picked up recently some freeze-dried food. First we have this. I don't know much about this brand specifically. I know and heard a lot more positive stuff about another freeze-dried brand called Mountain House. But this includes, as you see, 2 servings, or a serving for 2 separate people, however you want to do. Of course, relatively simple, but it's fettuccine Alfredo with chicken. Let's see, pretty good size overall. Dietary stuff if you want to know. As you see, only needs 2 cups of water, 15-20 minutes. You just let it mix up in the bag. And look at the expiration date. October of 2051. That is an insane expiration date. So that means that basically this is good for like another 29 years. That's just insane. Almost 3 decades. That's impressive. But this is a good one to look at. Also, another one of the same brand, but different item instead. You have 3 cheese mac and cheese. Basically the same as the other one, just a lot more saturated fat and cholesterol, of course, with tons of sodium. But let's be honest, you expect sodium with something like this. And the same, or like another great expiration date, of course. This has like a 9-year shelf life, which is quite impressive. And yeah, there's no meat, sorts of any kind, so yeah, vegetarians can eat this. But gray also sorts, at least for protein. Definitely a lot of positives there. Also, on the smaller side of things, I so far picked up 1 breakfast thing so far. I may get another one in the future, see what else I can find. Maybe at the Sporting Goods, see what kind of breakfast stuff they have on their freeze-dried. But yeah, this is just a scrambled, basically egg with pieces of also freeze-dried bacon mixed in. Though I'm not a big bacon person, I actually have had like freeze-dried eggs before, like powdered eggs and stuff like that from summer camp back years ago. It's actually not that bad, to be honest. Yeah, now that's a lot of cholesterol, to say the least, but keep in mind this is for survival purposes only. Or if you're just so happen to be in the mood to eat something like this, I guess. That's fine as well. Next up, also decided to pick up a couple of sweets, because it's been long since I've had, of course, freeze-dried ice cream. Also, of course, at one time you used to call it like astronaut ice cream or whatever, but let's be honest, it's just freeze-dried. But yeah, now surprisingly, I have had these before, and I will say they're actually not half bad taste-wise. They're pretty good. They have an okay shelf life. They have about a 3-year shelf life, so that's not too bad. So if you want some sweet, this is a good route to go. Also, some relatively cheap stuff. This is good to have, especially for survival for food and things. And yeah, you can find this at Walmart's Sporting Goods department. It's a good, strong, hard plastic. On one side, you just have basically a normal spoon, and then on the other side, you have a spork. You even have a rigid thing to use as like a knife to cut stuff. So that's actually really cool to have something like this. This might be something to look into if you're building a survival kit. So, also, some more basic items you may not think about, but good to have, like for instance if you need to sanitize them. Get like a small portable can of Lysol. You can find this in like the traveling section with travel good stuff in HBA department with other smaller stuff, and that's a good idea to get maybe some of the smaller HBA like products just for health reasons and stuff. To have something like this in your survival kit could be quite useful. Also, I thought to have in survival kits at least a little bit of something of a basic medicine. So also you can get like one of these canisters which has a total of 10 Advil painkillers. So that's good for like basic like pain. Maybe you're having neck back pain or something, or have a fever and then you reduce it. Something like this is good, and since it at least includes 10 tablets, that's actually not bad on the Advil. Just a couple more items left. Next we have basically an emergency reflection tent, which is good for building up obviously heat, as well as if you turn the opposite direction you can just reflect and keep the heat away, which is good. As you see, also it includes a small suspension 14-foot long rope also included, so that's actually a definite positive. Now if you're curious about something like this emergency tent, you can get these for like $5 at Walmart. Very reasonable, very affordable. Second to last, we have Afterbite. For basically just if you're outdoors, gives you a small canister of cream. Of course, it's useful, as you see, for things like mosquito bites, basically anything that bites including flies, fire ants or ants in general, and bee stings. So this is a good pain relief thing to use, especially speaking from experience where I live in West Virginia with a lot of high humidity and stuff. Mosquitoes are horrible around here, as are ants. So definitely that's something very useful. Now say you get stung by something a lot worse, like a yellow jacket or something. Here is something I highly recommend getting for any survival kit is this. Basically, all you do is snap the top and you spread the gel on over the sting, and it is very good to use. As it says, bee stings, yeah, also mosquito bites and stuff, and even jellyfish stings. But this is good till you get like 5 of these. You can get this from pharmacy department at Walmart for like $4, and you get 5 of these. That is not a bad deal. I've actually tried this before with yellow jackets, and it actually does. It gives an immediate, like, very cool feel to it, and it really does help with the pain. So I highly recommend getting stuff like this if you're building a survival kit. It's always best to be prepared for bug bites and definitely stings and things like that. So you want to have a couple of options just to be on the safe side. But with that said, I'll see you all next time. Same YouTube time, same YouTube channel. Stay safe out there. See you again on the Goku Report.